Hello, my name is Victoria, and this is Veritas Tarot. Aquarius, I'm going to be doing you a pivotal moments reading today. That's that moment in your life where you are consciously aware you need to make a decision about something, whether you're going to go one way or another, or even another. And this moment may have been of your choice to make this pivotal moment, or it may be something that you feel has been forced upon you. But either way, you know that it is this is a choice that has far-reaching consequences in your life. It's about your life path and where you feel you should be going, where you ought to be going, where you really wish to be going. So let's have a look. I'm going to be using my Golden Art You'd Tarot for pulling some major arcanas first of all for you. Then I'm going to be using my lovely Affirmators Tarot, which has got a gorgeous touchy-feely feel to it, and then either my Lightseers Tarot, Spirit Song, depending where Spirit takes me, and finishing up with the Sacred Traveler Oracle deck for you. If this reading resonates, I would be so grateful if you would like, comment, share, subscribe. If it doesn't, my darling, it simply means it was not for you at this time. Please don't try and make it fit. There'll always be a reading out there for you at exactly the right time, guided by Spirit. I just want to take a very brief moment to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all of you who are watching my videos for the first time, or are subscribing and watching with me as I'm doing them. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the likes, the comments, the shares. I am so very grateful. This is my life path, and I'm very humble and grateful to be a messenger for Spirit for you. So let's move ahead with the reading, Aquarius, and let's see major arcana, which one wants to come out. This is for those that most need to hear this message, Spirit. Thank you. Just their pivotal moment at this time. There we go. So that's come out. So you've got the Judgment card has come up. This is a wake-up call for you. There's a new awareness you have. There's a new perspective you have on things. This card is about pivotal moments. So something has changed dramatically in your life. Something you've got a new perspective on something. It could be that you have had contrasts in your life, and you're now understanding what you do want from having experienced what you don't want. So it's like having that light bulb moment, that aha moment, where you allow your instinct to come forward and you start to listen to either red flags or really strong feelings, because you know the universe, God, our soul, talks to us through our feelings, not through the thoughts up here, but what's going on inside. And when we come to own and observe those feelings, when we come to take a step back from them rather than sitting in them like a little puddle, but actually really observing those feelings, and I feel that's where you've come to. You've had this light bulb moment, and you're listening now. It's almost like you've gone through something where you felt I'm going to say the word smothered, or very controlled in something, whether this is a relationship or a job, whatever you were doing. You felt they're coming out of the coffins, and I know that doesn't sound very nice, but you were in the dark before, and you couldn't see and you couldn't hear, and you're now coming out because you've literally answered the call for your soul. There's something driving you forward at this time, and it's quite noisy in your ear, literally like a trumpet. It's quite noisy in your ear, and it talks about second chances with things, my darling. It talks about second chances with things. So this is a rebirth, and in the calling, a second chance, whatever this pivotal moment is for you. And I'm going to say how exciting, because that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling this excitement within you, but I'm also picking up on impatience, and that's why the Emperor card, sorry, that's just popped up on my screen, my mail, just pop that away, sorry about that. That's why you've got this Emperor card has popped out. So this is this overriding energy. Now the thing about the Emperor card is, okay, so we all have within us the feminine and the masculine side, and the feminine side within us is the intuitive, empathic side, the side that is soul driven. And then the masculine side is the practical side, the logical side, that comes in to move forward those steps from ideas that you may have had from your feminine intuition. Now, the key here, my darling, is because the masculine side can be quite a strong, blunt card, okay? There is an impatience within you to keep moving this forward, because underneath that, I can see the Chariot card as well. So whatever this decision is, you want it to happen now. You want things to move forward now. And, you know, having that drive and having that determination, that is fantastic. However, try not to, because of this Emperor card sitting here, if you rush forward, it's going to be a little bit like a bull in a china shop. You may trample over other people's emotions or where they are on their journey. And try not to focus too much on making this happen. There is a lovely way of looking at manifestations where you focus on what you want and why you want it. So that's so important. What do you want and why do you want it? Ask yourself, why do you want this? Why do you want whatever this is, this inner calling and second chance? I'm just looking at birds going mad in my garden. Why do you want it? Focus on those feelings, tap into those feelings. What is it that you feel when you think about why you want whatever this is? And let go of how and when and with whom this is going to happen. Because the more you charge forward like a bull in a china shop, the more you're going to break things around you, the more those fragile moments in time that are so important, those fragile presents that you're going to be given, you're not going to see them. You're not going to witness and see and observe everything that's happening around you because you're so focused on this intent that you have. So that is, it's kind of, don't step on people's toes. Don't break things in the wanting of receiving whatever it is that you want at this time. So let's move forward with the reading and see. And now the Hermit card wanted to stay behind. So the Hermit card is, you know, you have had some form of ending in your life. And I just want to show you this Hermit card. This is a time of not isolation so much or reclusive thinking, but okay, Spirit, thank you. So what they're saying to me here is give yourself time for yourself, my darling. You know, time is so precious. Give yourself the time of inner quiet rather than rushing forward all the time. Give yourself, your higher self, time to be quiet, because it's in the quiet, in the silence when we listen, silent and listen contain the same words, that you will receive your next steps. You will receive that inner guidance. If you're always rushing, so quieten down and allow yourself, and it's a gift for yourself. Time is a gift for yourself. So give yourself the time of quiet, the time of peace, the time of restoration, the time of listening to yourself. You don't have to always keep this moving forward. Take it at its natural pace. Okay, so let's have a look now at both the Judgment card and the Emperor. Thank you, Spirit. What wanted to come out for you? For Aquarius, can you tell me some more information? Thank you. That one wanted to come out. So you've got the Strength card, which is lovely. I mean, this is going to take you, thank you, Spirit, that's too many cards. Thank you, one at a time, please, thank you. You've got the Queen of Wands wanted to come out, and so they're very excited, whoever it is they want to talk to. So, one more card, there it is. Now that's interesting. Okay, and on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Ace of Pentacles. So you have the Strength card, you have the Queen of Wands, and you have the Three of Swords in reverse. So I just want to show you those three cards. So I'm going to talk about the Strength card first of all, which is another major arcana. So this reining back and allowing things to happen in their natural timing as the universe wishes, because your soul is a piece of divinity. Your soul knows why you are exactly where you are at this present time. You may not understand it, but your soul understands it. And sometimes when we're rushing and urging to move forward and forward and forward and forward, we are sitting in a lack space. We're sitting in a space of saying, I'm not content now. I'm not happy now. I don't have this and I don't have that. Rein it back. And I know we all have a tendency to do this. So I'm not beating up on Aquarius here. You know, as I say to you, I say to myself as well, rein it back and be content in the present moment. Be content in the present moment. The present is a gift. Sit in that space of gratitude. Thank you, Spirit. And whatever is happening at this time in your life, whether you see it as a good or bad, be grateful for it. Be grateful for it. Because what those experiences are giving you are it's the gift of remembering for your soul. It's the gift of learning, say for the mind, but for remembrance for the soul. Because the soul, you know, your journey is for your evolution of your soul, but it's for your greatest good. And your soul loves you unconditionally, and your soul wants you, wishes for this great, huge happiness for you. So wherever you are right now in this present moment, enjoy, sit and write all those things that you love about where you are, and all those things that you're grateful for, that the changes that have happened in your life already that have put you where you are today. Because everything changes all the time. If you look back to your first memory and then look back to where you are now, everything has changed in your life. Change is a way of from one bridge to another, from one piece of your life to another. And it's how we adapt to that change. It's how we evolve with that change. You know, are we rigid or are we fluid and adapt to it and trust that everything is happening for us? And when we are fluid, we can flow over, like water over rocks, we can flow over it. When we're fluid, but when we're rigid, we can bash up against that and keep getting stuck. So imagine that feeling. So this strength card is, you have a great deal of willpower within you, and you have an enormous inner strength. And I think you sometimes don't respect yourself or believe that you do have this. And you have this extraordinary energy to push forward. Here you are as the Queen of Wands. So here is the strength card again, and here is the Queen of Wands. Okay. And the strength card is about overcoming. It's about using your intuition to overcome that. It's the pain body ego side of us. It's that control side of us that wants to either protect us or because we don't want to be hurt again, or it's the side that wants to control everything around them so that they feel secure and happy. Now, I used to do that in my relationships because it made me feel a little bit safer, but it was the irony, it wasn't, because actually I was sitting in a space of when you're trying to control everything and you don't realize you're doing it consciously, but subconsciously you're trying to control it all. And in that moment you feel a little bit of relief, but you don't, because you're spending your whole time walking on eggshells, trying to do something that's unnatural really for you to do, because what you should really be doing is focusing on what truly makes you happy, and what truly, you know, happiness, being happy, one of the happiness equals peace. You know, when you've had, ask yourself, when you've had a very when you can actually sit and pinpoint a moment when you've been at peace. And generally that's because you've been quiet, you've given yourself the gift of solitude, the gift of time, the gift of listening to yourself, the gift of suddenly feeling that sense of relief because you've made a right decision about something. So rather than rushing forward, use this extraordinary willpower that you have, this extraordinary determination to actually do the opposite and rein it back a little bit and allow these things to unfold naturally, because there is a divine order and a divine timing in the universe. And although we have that impatient tick-tock, tick-tock in our mind, actually the universe, everything plays out in divine timing so exquisitely beautifully that it's such a surprise and delight. You know, again, look at times in your life where you thought, well, that's a coincidence, that's interesting, that worked out beautifully. That was all the universe, you know, creating it in, so it was perfect for you and perfect for everybody else around you, because you are not a separate entity. We are all part of the same consciousness. Energy is emotion. We are all energy. We're all atoms made up of energy, and energy can't disappear. It's all there together. So, you know, trust in that as well. You're looking, you're looking to make this change, you know, so it's almost like make yourself a New Year's resolution that every time you want to step forward and do something, think, am I doing this from a controlled space, or am I doing this because it feels right? It feels really right. And do take that time to own and observe what you're thinking and feeling about any particular decision or event. You've got this Queen of Wands, okay? So the Queen of Wands is, you know, wands represent that passion, that desire, that creativity. Kings and Queens in tarot are about being. So knights are about messages, transitional times, pages are, knights are about movement, and then kings and queens are about being. So at your essence, my darling, you've got this almost feline, you are incredibly empathic. You are very intuitive, you are very creative, you are very passionate. You do wear your heart on your sleeve a little bit, and that's lovely because it means that you are open and vulnerable. And you are more grounded than you feel that you are. Now, the key with this, it comes back to what makes you happy? What makes you happy? If the answer is somebody else, remember that when you assign somebody as the source of your joy, you are also immediately assigning them the source of your suffering. That happiness from within you comes from that place. So when if you are looking for love outside of yourself to make you feel better, you've got to almost mate with your own soul first. So whatever's happening on this journey for you in this pivotal moment, and I'm seeing this Three of Swords, but it's upside down. So you've moved out of whatever heartache and heartbreak, well, you've learned and evolved from that, and you have learned lessons from that. Whatever space you're in right now, it's happening at this pace. The universe is just trying to get you to just pause, reflect, observe, and then move forward. Because if you don't, you could create the same cycle that you've done before. You could repeat the same cycle. So we are given these experiences in order for us to remember, in order for our souls to remember what it already knows, in order for that yearning within us to know, to understand, to bit by bit be uncovered, for us to go, oh, I remember. Oh, I understand now, because our soul has remembered what it's already always known. And remember, thank you, Spirit. The whole purpose of this is, see, we tell ourselves all the time, information that's very critical, it's very judgment of ourselves. And that information, that data has come from our lives. That's what our mind tells us how to give us these coping mechanisms, because maybe we've been hurt one too many times doing the same thing. So we give ourselves this conditioned coping mechanism. But actually, if we don't bring that data, that judgmental data, into this present moment. And we look and own and observe our emotions about something in this present moment, but with an observation as to why am I feeling this way about something. Then we allow the process of observing to then move into ownership of that feeling, then to move into understanding of that feeling, then to move to let going of that feeling, and then to move into the energy shift, vibration, evolving. And then you can let it go and release it. So wherever you are as the Queen of Wands, you've got the star card, you've got the star here with the Queen of Wands. And so this also says to me that you've gone through something that's been incredibly powerfully maybe traumatic for you, but has had an impact on you. You've had a life-changing event, and you have learned a great deal from that, and you've come into this space of really understanding what you do want. And because you understand what you do want, you want to make it happen now, and that's completely human nature. But do stay in that space of you don't have to rush. You don't have to be the hare and the tortoise. Be the tortoise. Take it slow, because otherwise you might miss all of those adjacent possibilities coming in for you. And then you've got this Ace of Pentacles. And so this is the divine timely gift. This is on the bottom of the deck, the divinely timed gift that's coming in for you. This manifestation, this pivotal choice, decision, moment, whatever it is you're manifesting, it's going to come in for you in divine timing. It is a transitional process. That's why you've also got this crocodile or alligator here, because they live on both land and water. And they go into the water face first, don't they? And water represents your emotions. So you are literally learning about how to touch your emotions, when to stand back and observe, when to immerse yourself in them. All of this is part of the process. And whatever it is that you're wishing and wanting to come in for you, whether you know what this is, who this person is, or what this experience is, it will appear at exactly the right time for you. Because if it appears too soon, you might repeat something, or that person might repeat something because they haven't learned the lesson, they haven't observed the experience. You know, we can go through the same experience over and over again in our lives, always slightly differently, but with the same essence to it. And unless we stand back and observe that experience, we're going to keep repeating it. That is our conditioned behavior. That is our judged data that we give ourselves. So, and those that, you know, if you wish for this to be different, which I know you do, because you've had this inner calling, second chance, waking up thing, remember that those three tools of creation, how we manifest all the time, are what you think, say, and do in this present moment, this gift you've been given now. The three tools: word, thought, word, and deed. What you say and do and think in this present moment, are you're placing into your future now. So you can make that choice now to shift that perspective. Don't think those thoughts that make you unhappy. It's extraordinary how much time we can think about things that we don't want to happen. Why do we obsess over that? Think about things that you do want to happen. Focus on why you want them to happen. Remember what I said, focus on why and what that feeling is that gives you, and allow the universe to do its thing for you. Allow it. Don't change your course of your own history. And this whole Ace of Pentacles, it's all about the heart space. It's all about you feeling, my darling, that you deserve it. Do you feel you deserve this? Then say, I am deserving. I am ready. It's all about self-love. It's all about self-love, because if you're wishing and wanting for something to happen, but the feeling behind the feeling behind the feeling, that conditioned data that you've given yourself says, I don't deserve this, then it's not going to come towards you. This is a time for you to empower yourself. Stand in that space and say, I am deserving of this. And then say to yourself, why am I deserving of this? And then give yourself all the reasons that you are deserving of it. Stand in front of the mirror. Tell yourself you're deserving. Tell yourself, well done for getting to where you are today. Appreciate yourself. We spend so much time saying thank you so much to everybody else. What about little old you? Say thank you to yourself. You're with yourself every minute, every second of your life. So be kind to yourself, because he deserves it. And how you treat yourself and how you show yourself self-love and self-care will then be shown in ripple effects around you with relationships. It'll come back at you in the same, but you have to show it to yourself first. So let's have a look at what the sacred traveler would like to tell us, because I'm being told to move on to that. Thank you, Spirit. So they have popped out with in the flow. Very funny. You've got in the flow and you've got solitude. So we've touched on this, but I'm going to just reiterate it for them and for you, obviously. So in the flow was the first one I've seen. Everything is smooth sailing. When you let go and let God, when you let go and allow the universal flow, the universal rhythm to come in and do it in the way that it is intended for the best, for the greatest good of everybody involved, then it happens in such a way that it would almost take the breath away. It'll just happen in a way that it's meant to. And there's going to be a magic to it, okay? There's going to be a magic to it. You know, it's almost like that sort of Father Christmas. It may be something that's happening around Christmas time. I don't like to, that's just what I'm seeing, but this is all about energy. So whatever it is, it's something that could be happening some stage this year or this winter. I'm seeing Russia in there as well. I don't know why, but allow this to happen. Everything is smooth sailing when you step back and say thank you for this happening the way it's meant to. Thank you. I've said this before in some of my readings. It's not quite the same as in the flow and smooth sailing, but it's when you imagine the universe as a rhino charging down the road towards you, wanting to bring in what you're wanting. What do? You just get out of the way of it. So it's getting out of the way and not forming any attachment to the outcome that you think you want. Because whatever happens is for your greatest good. So you just might be, if it's not what you thought it's going to be, you might just be even more happier and even more content that something that you thought you wanted to happen, didn't happen in quite the way that you thought. A version of it may happen. So allow things to happen as they're meant to. In the flow, everything is smooth sailing when you go in the flow and you don't fight against the current and try and change direction and go against it. So, and then you've got solitude. In silence, peace prevails. And we talked about this, didn't I? This is you taking time for yourself. Taking time for yourself to be completely quiet in this present moment. Present is a gift. And that is your gift to yourself. Taking time to be completely quiet. Silent and listen contain the same letters. Reverse it. So when you're not rushing, it's been given to you. This is you can use time as you wish. That's your free will. But you become empowered in silence. And remember, sometimes when you ask other people, it's okay. So if somebody talks to you and they're making sense and it's resonating, that's fantastic. That's a message to you at exactly the right time for you, because the universe, God, always answers at the right time. But it's if you're not listening to yourself, start to try, just take 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day and just be quiet and just say thank you for whatever answers I'm meant to receive in this time, in this present moment, which is a gift to me right now. Choose that as opposed to filling your mind and filling your day with other things. And part of that time for yourself is also a gift to yourself. It's part of the self-care, self-love, self-respect. So my darling, I am going to just lastly pull you one last card for you. Thank you for Aquarius. There we go. That is beautiful. You finish with the Magician. This is a reminder for you, darling, that you may be on a healing path. You may be getting some spiritual advice at the moment as well. But the Magician card is this is what's so beautiful. I just want to show you again this particular card. As above, down below. Everything you are seeing in your life is a reflection of the energy that you're putting out there. So it goes back to pop into your energy now in this present moment, those thoughts, those words and those deeds that you want to place into your future. And as above, down below means that it's already happening as above. You may have not seen it so much in the present, in this 3D that you're in, but where you are right now has been a place where you are right now is a reflection of what you placed in the past for your future. So, but sit in this space. Do you see here? This is this silence, this yoga position, sitting in that space. And it's almost like pulling out of yourself the answers, the intuition, the recognition for yourself, the peace that's sitting within you. Take this time, my darling. It's so important. This is the big message that's come out here, is for you to learn to start to enjoy the process of this. It's not a rush to the finish. And if you're feeling a lack of now, before you've got to the finishing line of where you feel you want to be, when you get to that finishing line, you're still going to feel a lack because you've got to bring it back into the present moment. I am two of the most powerful words. What are you going to put after that today? Take care, my darling. I hope this has resonated and helped whoever was meant to listen to this reading. I'm going to be doing also today a landscape reading, very powerful portal, which is sort of culminating tomorrow. So I'm going to be doing that today for you as well. And then I'm going to be moving forward into my autumn readings for everybody. But take care and enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.